sort of poetry. Yes. This is a piece called The Night the World Ended. The night that the world almost ended went down like all the rest. The sun came up at rush hour and proceeded right on west. Traffic assembled and then went on its way, cornflakes in bowls, just like any other day. People in cubicles wished that they weren't there, and we shaved our faces and brushed our hair. And when the commerce ended, we migrated home like geese towards cheap beer and television, a mirage of peace. Well, young Jennifer Marie, unsuspecting without a care, would brush her teeth that evening and say a simple prayer. For who could guess, as the street lights all blinked on, that come the next day's morning, the world, it could be gone. And on this starlit night, life's bill would be due, the snapping of the camel's back, the end of me and you. For the big enchilada would come down on that night and determine that we hadn't pulled it off just quite right. We'd gotten distracted, we'd all lost our way, we bowed to the mighty buck and forgotten how to play. We'd bombed towns with children, lied to our brothers, heaved oil to the ocean and stopped calling our mothers. Let religion be run by the money changers and politics by word arrangers. We had lost our priorities, blurred the grand design. Desensitized, forgetting that all of love's divine. So the big enchilada sadly shook his tortilla, decided it had arrived now for you and for me, yeah. The hope had been lost that we could right things now. We didn't care enough and we didn't know how. So we assembled the fire that would rain down on earth, flying monkeys and stillness that would lead to rebirth. It sighed and prepared to demolish all man. Time to let the chips fall. Let the ship hit the fan. Waters and storms prepared to rinse the earth of man so it could lay fallow and start over again. But as furies assembled to make all life dead, Jennifer Marie would wake up in her bed and realize the world would no longer hear laughter. The story was over. No happily ever after. And she rubbed her eyes and moved to the window, looked out at the stars and whispered, "Oh no, Mr. Big Enchilada," the tiny girl said, "I can hardly believe in the morning we're dead. Sure, it looks like we've blown it, we've frittered our chances, we've made wrong decisions and sat out sweet dances. Busy with wars, getting rich and not caring, swimming into a net like a load full of herring. And I don't think it's fair, and I must tell you why. You haven't given the world's children a try. And if you're a good guy like I've heard it said, well, please let us try it, and don't make us dead." Well, the big enchilada was taken aback. He'd never expected a child's sweet attack. So he took a big sigh and he rubbed his frijoles and he pulled empathy from the Holy of Holies and he dismissed the monkeys, the storms, and the fire and gave the children the time and the chance they desired. And he wandered away, scratching his cheese with a shake of his head and a long, drawn-out wheeze. And Jennifer Marie crawled snugly back into bed with the memory of our fate slipping out of her head. And the sun rose again and the traffic assembled, the earth and the skies, well, they sighed and it trembled. But it just didn't happen, the world's end in that way, for the pleas of a child gave us back this warm day. And Jenny Marie arose and she ate frosted flakes. See, the earth had been spared desolation and quakes. And she looked at her mother as she hurried in with a line of sweet milk dripping off of her chin. "Mommy," she said, "I had such a strange dream." "I'm in a big hurry, dear, mixing coffee with cream." And she gave her lunch money and dropped her off for the bus, not aware that her daughter had saved all of us. And while we don't believe poets, I want you to know, I pray for tomorrow. So go, Jenny, go.